So does IARESMART. And if you're watching this, you're probably a Star Wars fan. But what kind of Star Wars fan are you? You see, I've categorized what I believe to be the nine major types of Star Wars fans. I've kind of just sorted them out based on a couple of different things, and I think every Star Wars fan kind of fits somewhere into one of these groups. Maybe one, maybe a few different types you fall into. I think I'm a little bit of all of them in some way. So anyway, yeah, we're just gonna get into it. First off, we have the newbie. This kind of fan is just starting to watch the movies. They finally decided to watch these things so many people talk about. They now understand why people love it so much, and they're excited to join the fanbase and enjoy all the Star Wars content that's available to them. Wow, Star Wars is so cool. I'm sure the fanbase is welcoming and civil. I can't wait to watch the rest of the movies. I'm sure they'll be just as good as these ones. Next up, we have the lore expert. This fan has seen or read pretty much every Star Wars related thing in existence, even the stuff that isn't canon anymore. You can ask them pretty much anything about Star Wars and they will give you an answer probably more detailed than you were expecting. They know Wikipedia like the back of their hand, and they're probably an editor on the page. I've memorized the names and backstories of every character who appears on screen in the original and prequel trilogies. I'm working on the sequels next. No, I don't have a social life. Why do you ask? Next up is the old guard. This fan saw the originals in theaters when they came out, and then they watched as George ruined their childhood with the prequels. Their opinion of the sequels is either they're at least better than the prequels, or they should have just ended these things with Jedi. This fan is almost impossible to argue with, and they are probably your dad.
George had a good thing going with these ones, and he had to ruin it with those other ones.
Next up is the gamer. This fan plays all the Star Wars video games, old and new, and they spend so much time gaming they probably forgot the movies even exist. They have all of their favorite characters maxed out in Battlefront 2, rest in peace. They've beaten Jedi Fallen Order on Grandmaster difficulty, and they probably started out playing LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga as a kid. I swear on Battlefront's grave that EA will pay. Next up is the NPC. This Star Wars fan may not even be a real person. They have the most basic, boring opinions, just repeating whatever their favorite movie critic YouTuber says. They hate the sequels more than anything else, and for some reason they believe that the prequels were always good. They unironically believe that Revenge of the Sith is the greatest film of all time, and they will attack you if you say anything bad about it. They're like the Clone Army. They are all identical fans who just appeared all of a sudden to fight people in comment sections across the internet. Sequel bad, prequel good. Sequel bad, prequel good. Sequel bad, prequel good. Next up is the collector. This fan buys literally everything with the Star Wars brand on. Toys, comics, clothes, special edition boxes of mac and cheese, they buy it all. Buying all the new LEGO Star Wars sets is almost unhealthy, but I mean these fans don't care. They probably have their own custom lightsaber and have a professional looking cosplay costume. They'll make the trip across the country to go to Star Wars Celebration or Galaxy's Edge. And since George still makes money off all the merchandise, they'll probably be personally responsible for 0.1% of George Lucas's wealth. It's my money, I get to spend it poorly if I want to. The theorist. This fan is obsessed with fan theories and the expanded universe. They're a big KOTOR fan and know all about the Old Republic lore. They're into all sorts of fan theories and firmly believe that Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord. They like to imagine what-if scenarios, like what if Anakin beat Obi-Wan, or what if Luke turned to the dark side. They probably prefer the non-movie content, and they're basically just that weird but kinda chill guy you see in the hallway sometimes. You know who I mean. Dude, I'm telling you, Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord. You can literally see him using the dark side in this scene. The sequel fan. This fan likes the sequels and isn't afraid to say it. They believe that The Last Jedi is an underrated masterpiece, and appreciate the finer details of the movies. They know they're hated by the NPCs, but most of them just choose to ignore the haters and like what they like. The few that do argue with the NPCs actually make some good points, but they usually just get drowned out by their overwhelming numbers. Yes, I know, the sequels are bad. Can I please get back to enjoying my movie? And finally, we have the Giga Chad. This fan understands that each trilogy, as well as the expanded content like books, games, and series, all have their own strengths and flaws. They may not like every movie or show, but they understand that other fans do, and they don't hate on anyone for what they like. We should all aspire to be like them. While I'm not personally fond of the sequel movies, I can understand why some people like them, and I'm happy for those who do. So there you have it. That's what I think to be the 9 groups of Star Wars fans. Groups, categories, whatever. I think everyone kind of falls somewhere into there. And just let me know in the comments what you think. Which one are you? Which kind are you? Just watch out. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of NPCs down there writing like, you're stupid because you said Revenge of the Sith is bad, and the sequels are bad, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, they're probably pretty angry at me right now. So just watch out. They're probably down there, and they're probably pretty upset. So yeah, just watch out for them. But actually, I can even simplify this further. There are really only 2 kinds of Star Wars fans: those who subscribe to IARESMART and those who don't. So obviously, you should join the cool kids and subscribe to my channel because it's cool, and I make Star Wars content, and that's amazing, obviously. So you should subscribe if you're not already. If you are already, then you're cool, and I really like you. So bye, everybody. I will see you in the next video.